ValveTime.net.
Hi, and welcome to our second ValveTime Spotlight exclusive covering Nvidia SHIELD and the Android ports of Valve games. Many of you may remember our previous episode from 2014 where we covered a number of developer testing maps hidden within the Half-Life 2 Android port. Nvidia really made a big deal of announcing that Portal's release would coincide with that of Half-Life 2, but for some weird reason it never really occurred to us to check through the hidden maps of this separate game while working on the previous video. To rectify this issue, we recently went back and were able to come across a pair of new Portal-exclusive DevTest maps which we think are worth showing. Let's take a look. Unlike Half-Life 2, which featured 8 different DevTest maps, Portal only features 2, both of which feature simple test environments designed to demonstrate the game's numerous gameplay mechanics at play and to ensure their functionality has survived being ported. This is partly due to the fact that the vast majority of Half-Life 2's maps were copies of actual gameplay scenarios from numerous chapters of the main game, something Portal doesn't feature in any capacity. This means that the total experience of actually playing through the dev test maps is far shorter than that of Half-Life 2, with Portal's version only really lasting a few minutes at best. The first map, known as DevTest, is by far the longest of the two. It begins by dropping the player into a series of rather tiny rooms before providing on-screen instructions explaining the various steps necessary to continue. These include using a bucket to open and close portals, testing the wall placement of portals, placing a cube on a button, putting an energy pellet into a nearby receptacle, checking the functionality of the emancipation grid, deactivating a turret, and learning how to fling, among other more minor tests. After entering a lift, the second map, known as DevTest 1, loads up before it challenges the player to destroy a tube with a turret's missile, much the same as in the final chapter of Portal. Once you've entered the tube and traveled through a small hallway, you're presented with a brush sign which simply reads, "You win," which then effectively ends the test, leaving the game running until the player quits out, much like Half-Life 2's final map. We think it's funny enough to note that the lift present in the final level can't actually be entered using normal means, as a player clip blocking the door fails to deactivate, meaning you need to use noclip or the map console commands to progress. Like we mentioned, it's far more simplistic and rudimentary than the version Half-Life 2 features, but we thought it was still interesting enough to show off here in a video of its own, if only to provide a small behind-the-scenes look at how Portal's Android port was built and tested. That's more or less everything we have to say about this pair of simple maps, so we'll leave you with a full playthrough of Portal's Android DevTest maps. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.